2K has dropped gigantic information today, including what the current gen parks look like and much more. But as you all know, we've been reacting to Uncle Dimmy's videos, who clearly has inside knowledge on NBA 2K23. This is my build for 2K23. This is my lockdown. This is my center. But today he posted the most important one, or at least the most popular build in basketball, the guard, where he gave huge slasher and sharpshooter information. Trust me, we will be talking about the park news as well, but Uncle Dimmy's video is a must watch. So we're going to dive into the most important parts. Please keep in mind he can't make a build on 2K23, so he's going off 2K22. But maybe I should have said this before, this is more of gaining information about the new game with your ears than eyes. Thank you guys seriously for going crazy on that like button lately, and let's get into the first clip.
Big thing here is this. Now we're not worrying about the bully badge. We're not worrying about being a slasher blowing by. So we're going to go 5'11 with this build. So we are going to go short. I said this over and over again. Play shots, there is still a place in this game for it. So now you're about to see what I'm talking about.
I told you guys I very highly doubt play shots are going to be nerfed into the ground. I see comments like play shots are done, RIP, no more left riding. It's probably still going to be a part of the meta. So just understand that they're not going to be gone. They're probably just going to be more balanced this year. And let's roll the next clip. So in this one, by the way, he is making a Steph Curry build. The next one will be a Ja Morant slasher.
Weight, you want to get that down to 158 pounds. So let's go 158. And then we want to get our wingspan and drop it down to 6'6", right? Big thing here is you want to make sure you can still get your perimeter defense to an 85 to get that gold. Clamps, so you want to make sure you have that. Body type doesn't even matter here. You want to make sure you get that 93 ball, because that gives you the tiers for all the Hall of Fame badges. So you want to be able to do that. Obviously, the ball handle is going to be at least a 94, so you can get all the elite dribble packages higher than 92. So now you get the gist of things of where this build can hit on all tiers, right?
One thing I'm scared of when we actually get into the builder is that 2K maybe didn't take into acknowledge that on the threes, pro-am, rec, whatever it is, guards can be hidden in the corner. So you might be able to still make a play shot that looks almost the same offensively last year and just put literally no defense on the play shot and then just hide them in the corner. But the way they're talking is if you really don't put defense on, which you will see later, you're still going to be able to get a lot of points off that guard from backdoor cuts and all that. So that will, you know, kind of make up for it like this year a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's roll the next clip.
Now here, obviously, you want to max out your mid-range and your three-point shot. That's going to give you, in this instance, it's called circus threes, but it will be called, obviously, like I said before, Agent 3. Agent 3 will be Hall of Fame. Hand down, man down will be Hall of Fame, and limitless range will be Hall of Fame. So you want to make sure you get those. Like I said, those are the most important ones for the guard build. So you want to make sure you get that, all right?
Now, you may not think that's super important if you already know all the information that's came out, but obviously Uncle Dimmy knows things that we do not know from the information that I am hearing right now. And on top of that, as we already know that Uncle Dimmy said in a previous video, you're not going to get as many badges this year. So make sure you have what you're making your build to do before you get those extra badges. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do that, or you will probably be remaking your build, and you don't want to be out there wasting money. So that is important to me, and I feel like that had to go out to you guys as well, because you've got to make sure you're getting what you're making on the build. If you're making a playmaker, get your ankle breaker and all that stuff, which he'll be talking about in a minute, before you do other stuff. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, let's roll the next one.
Again, ball handle, get that to 92 to unlock all those new elite signature packages. And then again, go ahead and get that 96 speed, okay? So again, here what you're going to have is you're going to make sure you want to get the mismatch expert badge on Hall of Fame with this one. You want to have this one on Hall of Fame, okay? With the other build, the Ja Morant slashing build, you can get that on gold.
Okay, so a little spoiler that we will be talking about later. I just want to get it out right now because it was amazing, is that you've seen that he went up to that 92 ball handle on his play shot. But when he goes to the Ja Morant slasher build, he's going to tell you that you're going to be good without that 92 ball handle. You're still going to get very good dribble moves, and that made me happy hearing that from someone who's not a developer. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I just wanted to get that out there because I know people are probably going to be like, oh my God, 92 ball handle. I have to have 92 ball handle. No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. You probably will not. You haven't in other 2Ks either. You did not need an 85 ball handle this year. I proved that when I went on a 108 game win streak with an 82 ball handle. You see what I'm saying? So you don't need it. And it's going to be nice to hear that from someone that is not a dev. So anyway, let's roll the next one.
And then, of course, you still want to make sure you get clamp breaker. You want to make sure you have that. And also, like I want to speak on, is killer combos. You want to make sure you get that on Hall of Fame. So killer combos is basically going to be a combination of quick chain and tight handles together, okay? So, you want to have that. And I also want to go a step further and say ankle breakers are actually relevant again in 23. In 22, they weren't. So just imagine killer combos and ankle breaker and mismatch expert all together. You can see how it's still going to balance out. Is lockdowns OP? Yes, but these badges, ankle breaker, again, I'll say it, ankle breaker, killer combos, mismatch expert, that trio, all these smaller play shot guards are going to want to have, all right? You want to have that because you're still going to be very, 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 very nasty with those type of badges, okay?
I'm telling you guys, there's been way too much RIP play shots and all that. They're still going to fit into the game. They're going to figure out a way to make very good offensive builds and then be hid in the corner. But it's just going to be about balance this year. Will they be balanced compared to other builds? We will see, but let's get into the next one. Actually, really quick, I want to roll the clip where we were talking about a demo builder maybe coming out, and then let's talk about that just very quick. Please take this next thing as a 50-50. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm literally just showing you what was sent to me, and maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it is cool information. But this is what was sent to me. He said, you'll get to see a lot. As you guys see, I know a lot of people do not listen. I gave extreme preface before we got into it. It might not be real. Take it as 50-50. So please stop harassing this man that made these comments about the game, and just remember that I told you, because some people have been running with it. I mean, oh, there's gonna be a demo builder, but look, I literally said 50-50. It might happen, it might not. So relax, and let's roll the next Uncle Demi clip.
A lot of people been asking me, are fades going to be relevant again? Fades are still going to go in, man. So, and it won't go in as much. It's not going to be as crazy, but Agent 3, you can blame Agent 3 for that. You can also blame a lot of other badges, but Agent 3 is going to be the one that you're going to be finding out really quick that it's still going to be making a lot of fades that go in, all right? So unfortunately, that's still going to be the case. Is it going to be as high as a rate like it was like in the 2K League and also in the stage and stuff where people are fading all crazy? Heck no. It's not going to be the go-to move like that, and people shoot it comfortably thinking it's going to go in. Remember, shooting's a lot harder, so.
That was huge right there. He said fades are still going to go in, but just not like last year. If you played 2K22 next gen, especially, fades were meta. I mean, every single play shot was fading from 3, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be as consistent this year, or you have to be very good to be that consistent. So that's big right there. Let's roll the next one.
So understand this. Agent 3 is Circus 3s and Chef put together. So you can see how, like, you want to make sure you can at least get that on gold. That's why 89 is good enough for me, because remember, this build is a slasher also, so you can't have the best of both worlds, right? So you want to be able to have that. So just to kind of recap real quick, hands down, man down is a really good badge. You want to make sure you have at least on gold as a guard, and you also want to make sure you can get Agent 3 at least on gold as a guard. And then we go to playmaking. We're going to talk about that.
I'm going to call it right now. That badge, hand down, man down, is going to be very overpowered. But you see, even on a slasher, he's making a Ja Morant slasher build. He still put an 89-3 on that thing. So that should say a lot. But then again, we will see how the game is once we're badged out. You know, once we're maxed out on our build. Can you really run around and shoot in green threes with a 75 if you're very good? Or do you like have to have an 85 to shoot consistently, or you will be getting full bars like 2K21? We don't know, but we will see. Let's roll the next one.
You don't need to have all those 92 special dribbling packages, that type of deal. 85 and above is still gonna give you those tier dribbles that you want anyway, all right? So again, if you were cool with the dribble packages you had now, then when 23 comes out, you're still gonna have those. Now you do have a higher tier of 92, but again, the 85 dribble moves are still gonna be OP and good enough because of the badges that you have, okay?
I love to hear it. So for anyone that was freaking out when Mike Wang moved it up, it's not that big of a deal. If you're gonna make a play shot, go get that 92. I'm sure every single play shot is going to use that. But just like in many other 2Ks, especially 2K20, me and Steezo agreed that tier 1 dribbling wasn't even as good as tier 2 dribbling. Of course, when you're in the comp stage and you want to left right super fast, you need tier 1, but otherwise it's not that big of a deal in almost every 2K.
A lot of people in 22 had absolutely no defense, perimeter defense at all, but they were still able to stay in front of a really high premier guard, right? That had like these shooting and playmaking attributes. That's fake. That shouldn't have happened. So now this year it's not happening. So there should be absolutely no reason you make a build that does not at least give you the 85 perimeter defense and also your 85 lateral quickness. Because remember, lateral quickness is in that together. And an 86 still to get the gold pickpocket. Or I'm sorry, not pickpocket. It's called gold glove now.
I love it. Every attribute should matter. If you don't upgrade the attribute, then you should pay the price for it. And in many 2Ks, you were able to really cheese builds a lot easier by having to not upgrade certain things because you didn't really need it. So this year, it sounds like even if you're the best player in the world, you are not clamping people unless you put up that perimeter defense. Unless you get a lot of steal, you're not going to get steals. You see what I'm saying? So we will see when the game comes out, but of course we got more.
You know, clamp breaker is also another badge you got to get, right? So you want to make sure you have that. That helps you with, you know, the one-on-one body ups and that type of stuff, especially when another lockdown has clamps themselves. Okay,
all right, y'all, we got more to talk about. That is it for the Uncle Demi video. Make sure to go show Uncle Demi some love. His link should be in the description. Go subscribe to him. This man has been dropping gems on 2K23. But okay, so 2K dropped the current gen park today, and even if you're only playing next gen, they did drop some things you might want to see on there. So let's get into the news. All right, so some of these we're going to go over pretty quick. I don't want to make it over dramatic, but we are going to look at the things that are important and the things that are not important about 2K23's cruise ship. So as you guys know, I will be starting on 2K23 next gen unless, like I said, I get the disc only early for current gen. Then you'll see a few videos on that. Then when the game releases, I'll be on the next gen. But as you guys know, man, and I told you, I will be the first creator to tell you, it is about money. If you're working at a job at McDonald's and you're flipping burgers for 15 bucks an hour and your boss comes in and says, hey, I got a new little stove for you and it's cooking nice, man, it's gonna be less stress for you, but you're gonna get $7.50 an hour. You have to cut your paycheck in half. You're not gonna want to cook on the new stove that's a little bit less stressful. No, you're gonna continue to make that 15 an hour. So I'm gonna make content on both games, but I really hope we can continuously make content throughout the year on next gen and it still gets enough views to be worth it. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I wanted to give a little bit of a preface. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first one right here is the look of the cruise ship, the 6 3v3 courts that we have. And it's very interesting because one of the biggest issues last year about 2K22 current gen was the fact that there was so many damn courts. There was 6 threes courts, 6 twos courts, and there wasn't enough server capacity, as well as you weren't the only people in the server. It wasn't a dedicated server. It was also tied to like the shopping mall and maybe one other thing at the same time. So it was never filled up enough to have the courts full and people on the dot. So what they have to do is either shrink the court size, less courts, or more people in the park. And I doubt they're going to do that. And then they said in this article, there's going to be more courts. So I don't know, man. Good luck on current gen. It says there's going to be 4 elevators, 2 showers, a server refresh, Gatorade training facility, 6 2v2 courts, 3 elevators, and then 2 showers on the platinum deck of Deuces. So it does seem like it's going to be separated, which might be cool. It might be good there. As long as there is games on there that are filled up, people are ready to play on the Got Next, that's fire. I don't care if they have 15 courts in the park that are 2v2 and 3v3, as long as there's 400 people that can load up into the park and fill those courts up. You see what I'm saying? So it can either be a W or L, no matter, like there's just many different ways 2K could do it. Anyway, next one is the 2 5v5 courts, one more than last year, which I never really seen that thing playing unless there was a double level event. So we will see how that goes. And then as you see, here's another look of the little 5v5 court. Told you, the things that are not important, we're not going to look at very long. Okay, so the next one right here is there's going to be 2 elevators, 2 showers, entrance to excursions, and the Jordan Challenge. So I guess you have to make a My Player to enter the Jordan Challenge. I don't know. I don't want to say 100% on that, but maybe that's what 2K is doing. It does sound smart now that I'm thinking about it, because you do have to make a My Player. More people might be enticed to spend money that normally would not play My Player, whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, the next one is the Rec Lounge, and I forgot what zombie map this looks. Buried. It looks like Buried for some reason. If you guys ever played that zombies map, that's what I seen right away when I looked at it. But I mean, it's just a Rec Lounge, whatever. I feel like they could have made that 2K23 like the Jordan thing for the Rec. That would have looked really cool. But hey, I'm just throwing out ideas. Anyway, here's the cages. I know a lot of people are not going to care about that. Some people will, but here, anyway, let's get into the next one. We have an NBA store, swags, Rose, sporting goods, wheels, whatever. My team and the Galleon, a place to play 1v1, which is pretty cool. We will see what it looks like when we get in there. Maybe it's a dedicated server, like an actual lobby, like on 2K22 current gen, how they have the lobbies, but the lobby is only a 1v1 court or multiple 1v1 courts. Yo, that would be fire. That would definitely be fire for current gen. I got to give current gen a W on that one, but there's not a lot of W's that current took today, especially with the more courts. Anyway, we have the bridge, the 3v3. I think this is a My Team court. Like, I swear I've seen that on my team somewhere, but I don't know. Anyway, next one is more ways to play. This one's big. Similar to the rec, when you go to join a game, you'll be automatically matched up with fellow players, cutting down on wait times. Got next spots will still be an option for joining games, but now you have options when it comes to matchmaking. That could be huge right there. Of course, next gen already had that last year, but 2 W's that current gen took for sure is the matchmaking and the 1v1 courts. That's it for today's video, guys. There's going to be more. It's about to start flying out. Hit that subscribe button. If you haven't caught up on all the news, click one of these 2 videos because there's been a lot of news, especially the last video where we talked about Mike Wing's tweets for the entire video about gameplay. Huge. Hit that subscribe button. It's your boy Matchplug. You've been plugged in. Click one of these last 2 videos. You have to, and I'm out.